Okay, so the next point in terms of being a good member of a writing community is to give thoughtful, respectful feedback. Give thoughtful, respectful feedback. So the important thing we want to think about here is to make sure you're balancing truth with love, right? And so really, you want to be supportive and encouraging when you're giving that advice, you're giving that feedback. You want to point out the things that other writers are doing well, but you also want to balance that with being honest and really talking about things that they can improve on. I think a lot of one of the big mistakes that I tend to see with newer writers who haven't quite, gotten the experience yet with giving feedback is they tend to go to one extreme or the other based on their personality. They might tend to overdo it with the compliments and not give as much, things where they can improve, or they tend to overdo it with the criticism, right? And they might, not give as many compliments, and it can kind of feel like it's being a little oppressive, right? And so we want to make sure we try to strike that balance, have that giving them that encouragement and the compliments and the things that are doing well, and then balancing that with room for improvement and with suggestions and constructive criticism. Tone really matters here. We want to be respectful of someone's work and their ideas, and also being honest and being not just kind of sugarcoating everything. So it can take some time to develop that balance, but when you go to other writing groups and when you go in person and you're around other writers, you tend to learn from how other people give feedback, and you start to develop your own method of doing it, and you really kind of figure out what works for you. Sometimes it's a little bit of trial and error, but just keep at it and keep going and keep participating in those conversations, and you will find that not only do you grow in your ability to give and receive feedback, but you also grow as a writer just from learning and listening to those conversations and contributing.